the climate strike. I'm not going to get into too much of the science here because, really looking at them, the protests weren't even really about that. Plus, I'm from Arizona, so I don't even know what a climate is. Winter's my favorite day of the year. For all their preening about the atmosphere and the troposphere and the ecosphere and the underwater sphere that swallowed Sharon Stone's career, if you can't see the Freudian underpinnings of these protests, you need to take a second look at the cigar, my friends. This is a classic, primordial expression of political powerlessness. Before you fire back, peruse the climate strike hashtag for a beat and actually analyze the lexicon. Power of one. Climate action now. Enough is enough. See you in the primaries. Folks, this is not scientific language. This language is expressly, pointedly political. Fuck, the most you'll find that's even vaguely scientific on the hashtag is some slapdash shit about the last 4 years being the hottest on record. Somewhat hard to swallow when you live in Phoenix, where you were actually outside in 122-degree heat 25 fucking years ago or so, but whatever. See, this is what it is, folks. Or be trampled by it. This is the climate variant of the Red for Ed movement. Now, many of you may not even know what Red for Ed is. It started here in Arizona, and now it's washing over American classrooms across the country. It was ostensibly an attempt to get adequate pay for public school teachers. On the surface, nothing special, except the imagery, the tendency toward marching, striking, and protest, not to mention the red fucking shirts, all cast a slightly different spin on the proceedings when viewed through a slightly more political lens. Arizona Republicans, even of the neocon, neo-cuck variety, recognized it for what it was almost immediately and called it out. Socialists and communists have long manipulated labor disputes. Watch my Hollywood was always red video for more detailed elucidation, but this was anything but off-the-wall as assertions go. The response was boilerplate bullshit. The Arizona Republic dismissing it as partisan fear-mongering. The Phoenix New Times, who I'm duty-bound to remind you was founded by fucking child traffickers, wrote an article stating, "Red for Ed isn't a socialist conspiracy, but it'd be cool if it was." The media moved on, smugly believing the matter had died there, and then video emerged of the leader of Red for Ed speaking at a socialism conference. Consider that hand fucking tipped, my friend. But what was the point of it all? In the longer term, yet more Marxist bullshit funneled into our fucking schools seems the obvious answer, but the right reason is far more immediate and obvious. Red for Ed began to broil, late 2017 or so, ahead of a contentious primary where Democrats had a rare opportunity to pick up a Senate seat in Arizona, one of the reddest states in the union. Put an education issue on the ballot, suddenly those soft primary turnout numbers look a little better for a dispirited DNC. The bisexual hipster-goggled goose-lip fucking result speaks for it fucking self. To return to the topic at hand is the fact that they're already planning climate strikes leading all the way up to the 2020 election beginning to come into sharper focus for you. Better still, it plays to the insecurities of their primary audience. In short, one entire side of the aisle believed their reascent was in prospect. A few months of DNC debates and a few Brexit-related reversals later, not so fucking much. Suddenly, like ancient Egyptians, it's time to shriek at the fucking sun. Paging Dr. Jung, the climate strike, originally envisioned by a socialist and breathed new life by a little girl who's been caught since wearing an Antifa shirt she claims she borrowed from a friend, if that friend's name happens to be both her fucking parents. The Comintern cum stains are even more visible this time. Look, I'm not a scientist. I'm not even an amateur expert. The biggest qualification I can claim is that I cruised into college on an AP Bio scholarship. All the same, I have long since given up deciphering the 100-plus disparate climate models or their often contradictory import. Nor do I necessarily believe Al Gore lying about snowfall on Kilimanjaro disappearing in a decade, over a decade and a half ago, necessarily discredits all climate science, even if the prediction was endorsed by many prominent names in the field. No, I say it's high time to posit an entirely more radical proposal, a movement to turn back the tide once and for always and marshal a mobile opposition to mankind's mounting extinction. You ready? You puckered? Prepare to be pissed. Clean water? Tastes good. Clean air? Easier to breathe. How's about we avoid polluting so we can have more of those things and leave the eco-scolds and thinly veiled Lenin worship for a feminist Marvel Comics character with 5 remaining readers, huh? Oh, I'm a mad lad, but I think I've isolated a position here. I'm Razor Fist. God fucking speed.
It's such a brutal planet. It's such an ugly world.